What's up, blockheads? Headed to grab some lunch. Meeting up with Miss Black and Anna. I might sound a little different in this episode. Reason being is because I'm just getting over being hella sick, like bedridden sick. So yeah, there might be some coughing, there might be some sneeze. I really hope I don't sneeze. Sorry. Yeah, hopefully I can make it. Since I have been down for a bit, you know, basically haven't been able to film. Shit, man, I haven't been able to do much of anything. You know, I've been putting all of my focus in what energy I do have, you know, between Dayquil and NyQuil and emergency and prescription meds and all that stuff. Any energy that I have left, I've been putting towards like my actual job because, you know, I'm have to be responsible. But in the downtime, it's given me some time to kind of think because I haven't been working on the moto vlog. Like I said, I've been trying to focus on getting better. But in that downtime, it's kind of caused me to reflect a bit, you know? And I didn't tell you guys about this a while back. I think I actually made a video about it, but I deleted it because, you know, I really like pushing positivity on the channel and, well, basically being positive. And so now I feel like I can talk about this this subject more on a positive note. So that subject is burnout, creator burnout. And I ended up getting it. And I dialed back on videos a little bit. And I don't think I really said anything to you guys, but I did want to talk about it because I'm sure some of you guys might have seen like some of the little changes and stuff. For instance, in the scheduling, normally I do 3 videos a week. I went down to 2 videos a week for a few weeks there, and then I'm gonna kind of dabble around with that. But anyways, before I get too far into it, roll the intro and I'll drop my thoughts. So yeah, creator burnout. What is creator burnout? I mean, it's burnout. You know, it's like getting burnt out of something. You guys know what burnout is. You know, if you eat the same meal every single day, you're gonna get burned out. You don't want to eat that meal anymore, right? Spaghetti and meatballs. If you have spaghetti and meatballs every single day, at some point you're gonna be like, I really don't want spaghetti and meatballs anymore. It's not quite that easy for YouTube when we're talking about creator burnout. So basically, ooh, Raptor. You guys have seen me trying to kind of branch out and create other stuff. It hasn't been focused on any specific one brand of motorcycles, although it has been a majority Harley-Davidson. But, you know, we've done Grom content, Yamaha R6 content, CBR 1000 ZR content. You know, any bike that I have, I end up working on, and it's part of the channel. I love motorcycles. I will always love motorcycles. They're not going anywhere. They're definitely going to continue to be the main focus. And this isn't like an update video where, like, I'm updating you guys on what I'm doing, because I'm just doing it. You guys are seeing it. You guys are seeing truck content now. You guys are seeing firearm content over on the Blockhead 2 channel. But I guess the reason, explaining to you guys kind of why I ended up having to, not having to, but why I ended up picking up and going those routes is because of creator burnout. It was getting to the point where, you know, I was basically like recording videos and I could sense myself becoming monotone. You know, I get a lot of requests for test rides on all sorts of different motorcycles, and there's times where I'll blast through them, man. I'll get a bunch of test ride videos done, but man, like after a while you just start to be like, you know, like what am I gonna say new about this motorcycle that, you know, I said about that last one. You start to kind of feel burned out. So when I started feeling like that, I could definitely tell, like in the editing, that it was coming across in the videos, and I don't ever want it to be like that. I had watched a bunch of videos talking about creator burnout. Like YouTube basically puts out these things for creators. I think it's called like Creator Insider or something like that, and it's just kind of focused on, you know, growing your channel, establishing it as a brand, you know, giving you ideas on what you can do to, you know, add more creativity to it. And recently a big thing within the YouTube platform has been like mental health. God, God, I missed riding this bike. Really, dude? Are you serious? Kind of caused me to panic there for a second. Whew, I thought he was gonna jump out. Anyways, yeah, like I said, YouTube has these things where they're focusing on, you know, on creators and helping them out. And one of the things being mental, or like basically their overall health.
Do you feel that creator burnout is something out of your control and YouTube's control?
That's really what we're wrestling with right now. It is how much of this is our responsibility. We have a tool on the viewer side. If you're watching a lot of YouTube, you can set this setting for an alert that comes up that says like, hey, you've been watching for however long you set it for. Maybe it's 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Do you want to take a break? I think part of the discussion is on the product side, should we be doing that for creators, like uploaders? Like, hey, you've uploaded every day for the past 2 weeks. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah.
We built this global stage that anybody can get on and make videos on and perform on. But now we're seeing that people are staying on the stage for too long at the detriment of their own health.
Yeah.
And what do we do about that? Like,
because you can't grab them off.
Take people off the stage? Like, you got to come down. You're looking tired.
Seeing as how I just went through, you know, being sick, obviously directly has to do with my health. Maybe that kind of ties in. It's fitting. YouTube burnout. Like, I'm just doing this for fun. Like, you know, that's not gonna happen. Like, I really love and enjoy this, but it did happen. I started to feel it. But lucky for me, you guys are awesome and you're down for pretty much whatever content, which is cool, you know. Like I said, granted, focused mostly on motorcycle content, but I mean, I would say probably the majority of you guys that are still around, that are still here, that haven't jumped ship after I sold my Iron, or I sold my R6, or the Low Rider, or whatever, you know, or started putting out truck content or gaming content or shooting content. I'd say the majority of you guys that are still here, like, here for the right reasons. You know, it's basically like creating the content. So like I said, I felt like, okay, I'm never going to be one of those people. That was probably like a year ago, and in my head I'm like, I don't understand how you get burned out, because I mean, you're supposed to just love doing it. You enjoy doing it. That's why I do the channel. I mean, because it's something that I love and enjoy doing. It's in the beginning, it was just kind of me. It's always been me messing around, but in the beginning, it was definitely me, like, messing around, camera on my helmet, talking, thinking like, oh damn, motovlogs are a thing. Okay, cool. Like, I can do that. And it's pretty much still been that, but we've gotten a little more focused. You know, doing product reviews and you know, structuring the test rides and basically giving you guys information and stuff that, like, I would want to know if I were looking up certain products. So yeah, I have obviously put a little more focus into making it a little more professional. Rev on. You know, with that came those responsibilities of, all right, like, we gotta get a little stricter, you know, like clamp down kind of stuff. You know, let's really focus on the quality, and you know, that it becomes a little bit more work than just fun, right? You know, working with companies, doing product reviews, all that good stuff. So little by little, the burnout crept up on me. I would say I first initially felt it whenever I was doing a ton of test rides, whenever Harley came out with like a lot of the new stuff. And then it kind of tapered off because I was doing whatever I wanted. But then, you know, it was like all motorcycle content. And while I have plenty of backlogged motorcycle content, it was getting, I don't know, stale, you know? Like, I have this huge list on my phone of ideas for episodes. And I was actually able to, like, in my downtime while I was sick this past week, I was able to grow that list. I was able to basically go through it and be like, you know what, that's a good idea. So it's like me taking time off was kind of like a refresher. Side note, if you guys are hearing a lot of wind noise, it is really windy right now. Not sure if you can tell by the trees, but we're getting some pretty strong gusts. About to get hit by a storm. But yeah, I was feeling it like creep in little by little, and then like with my downtime, it gave me some opportunity to, you know, step back and be like, okay, like, let's evaluate what should I do here, you know, what are some cool ideas for videos that people might enjoy. And I think I got a pretty solid list of, you know, stuff coming up that you guys might enjoy. We'll see. Definitely got some big ideas and news that I'm sure you guys are going to like. But in order to get rid of that burnout feeling, that's kind of why I had to start doing other stuff. You know, I had to start, I started with the gaming stuff, and then you know, the truck stuff. I wanted to be able to share that with you guys because that's something that I really enjoy, you know. The gun stuff, obviously something I really enjoy. You know, Miss Blockhead as well. It's how we met. Just kind of started incorporating all of that, and at the end of the day, like I talked to Dude with Dan about this as well. And a lot of the creator burnout kind of episodes that like YouTube's put out with creators, it's like it's all kind of focused on one thing, and that's like how to avoid creator burnout, and that's you just got to do things that you enjoy. And so at the end of the day, that's kind of the stance that it's like I've learned through this journey that I just got to do what I enjoy, and if you guys are along for the ride, then cool, hell yeah. To me, it's pretty crazy that you guys are subscribed anyways. I mean, it's just always been like, what? People want to hear what I say? That's weird. But I'm grateful, so thank you guys. Anyways, let's grab some Five Guys real quick. That sounds really weird. I'm not grabbing any, guys. I'm gonna grab a cheeseburger. Miss Block and Anna should be up here soon, and I'll continue the episode then. Create a burnout and how to avoid it, and doing what we enjoy. Right? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. Had some lunch with Miss Block and Anna, and now I'm out. Traffic is garbage. I just have to join Anna, because that way sucks. So yeah, what was I getting at? What was I talking about? Create a burnout, how to avoid it, do what makes you happy. So when I first started up the channel, having fun, playing around, it got a little more serious. I had to get a little more focused in some of the episodes, and you know, obviously getting the test ride videos out was one of those things that started to kind of burn me out a little bit. And that started kind of creeping into other videos, and that's when I discovered, you know, especially after watching some other creators. So that's when I saw, you know, other creators talking about it and talking about mixing it up, that I kind of had to do the same in order to not feel that way. So feeling that burnout, plus the changes with my job, you know, my job became much more demanding. My schedule changed up a bit. I had to do what I had to do in order to stay alive, so that you know, the vlogs wouldn't come across as like that I wasn't enjoying myself.
When you do content you're passionate about, it shows. And when it shows, people appreciate it, and therefore your channel just naturally does better.
So yeah, I guess moral of the story is like burnout can happen to anybody, you know? Like I said, I didn't think it would happen to me, but it sure did. Slowly crept up. And I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, you know, watching the channel, it's like, oh no, you got tired of creating like awesome motorcycle content that, you know, that you have the luxury of doing. I can understand it from that perspective too. You know, like whenever I didn't have like the established channel, I've got over 500 videos out on motorcycles, each one of them being at least like 10 minutes usually. So think of time and energy that goes into that, you know? And it's like, yeah, I do feel super lucky, and you know, I'm very appreciative of all the support, but despite that, it's like you have to be, like running a YouTube channel, you have to be everything, you know? It's like you're the president, and you're the creative, and you're the producer, and you're the editor, publisher, and freaking everything, man. You assume like every single role, unless you have a team, which most YouTube channels, you know, I would assume, do not. So it can get overwhelming, but in order to avoid it, just got to do what you love. I've said that for a long time too, you know, especially in the beginning, whenever I got an iron, kind of made me realize, like, you know, nobody wanted me to get rid of that damn bike, right? But it was one of those things I realized, it's like, you know, I can't hold on to this and basically live my life for other people's expectations. You know, I have to do what makes me happy. It's like living your life to make other people happy is no way to live life. You got to start with you first. Beyond there, if other people are happy from your happiness, then that's cool. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. But, you know, it has to start with you first. And that's, I don't know, maybe something that I had to kind of rediscover to avoid having that feeling of burning out. I've learned to kind of, I don't know, pace myself a bit. I know Dan the Fireman was talking about the same thing recently. He's got, he was doing like 5 videos a week, I think, which is totally insane. Like I was doing 3 videos a week, and I was pressed for time, you know, but like I said, full-time job as well. Plus fiance, relationship, you know, friends, other stuff. It's biggest challenge is time, you know. Definitely not like a me complaining episode. It's just me coming to a realization episode, and that's my realization is do what makes you happy. That's what Do It With Dan came across too. That was his realization. He posted up like some stuff about it a while back. I've kind of talked about this subject, you know, like barely scratching the surface, but I guess that's just kind of give you guys an insight of what's been happening in the thought process. And I don't know, my thought process was in the downtime, but despite that feeling, got some really cool ideas coming up. Anyways, you guys be sure to drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you guys ever, you know, felt burnout? Have you ever felt creator burnout? Especially being creative, like in my job as well. It's like, so I have to be creative, you know, in my job professionally, and then I have to also be creative like with the channel. And it's like, when I was going through school, you know, I had somebody that was basically pressuring me when I was taking my my degree program for these creative classes. You know, I was like learning new code for front-end development. I was learning design, and they were like, take more classes, take more classes. I'm like, dude, there's no way I can take more classes because I'll get burned out. So it's kind of the same thing, you know. It's like you got to dial back sometimes. You got to pull back and focus maybe more like on the quality of the content versus the quantity of the content. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, and then just kind of also having fun with other things. But yeah, you guys let me know if you've ever experienced that, felt it, and then what y'all did to maybe get over it. Give me your thoughts. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode though. I don't think I was too sniffly and sneezy and coffee and all that stuff, 7 dwarfsy, but my apologies if it didn't sound quite like myself. Nearly out of the woods with this sickness. If you guys did enjoy the episode, be sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Be part of that Bell Yeah Squad. Every time I say that now, I think of how Miss Blockhead just really hates it. It's like saying sorry. She hates that too. I don't know why. There's just these little things that she really kind of dislikes. What's up with that, Miss Block? Anyways, until next time, you guys ride safe out there. Stay vigilant. Catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.